Hey guys, it's the Peeps here, bringing another video today for Guild Wars 2. In today's guide, we're going to be talking about Skyscale Currency, what is it, how to farm it, best time to do it, and how much of a time suck it is if you wait to do this, like I did. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. Alright, catch you guys later. If you guys are doing a Skyscale Achievement, right, so you have to be doing War Eternal and going through all of the achievements. The second to last achievement that you need to do, or the collection that you need to do for the Skyscale, is Riding Skyscale. And this is going to be the saddle, making a saddle, or acquiring a saddle. In order to acquire a saddle, you have to go through to the vendors in each area of the Living World Season 4 maps and get a specific item from them. In order for you to get a specific item from them, you're going to need Karma, Volatile Magic, and Currency. That specific map currency. What a lot of people don't know is that in Living World Season 4, those maps, those vendors have their own currency. And that's what I mean when you see my streams and you see Skyscale currency grind and something like that. That's what it means. I'm farming the currency for those maps specifically for the Skyscale. So what that is if you go into your looking for group Living World Season 4, you see the 6 maps, right? So you have Domain of Istent, Senswat Isles, Domain of Corna, Jet High Bluffs, Thunderhead Peaks, and then Dragonfall. Each of those maps has its own currency for the vendors there. You have to have 250 of each currency in order to obtain the item for that map. That's what you need. Now, when I say that I'm grinding currency, this is what I'm doing. The thing is, those vendors only sell you currency once a day, because they're hard vendors. So what I've been doing, and I've been doing a lot of research, looking into the fastest way to grind this out, and what I've found is that the best way to do this, personally, this is me personally speaking, I've tried the Horror Marches. So if you go into your storyline and do Iceberg Saga Chapter 2, you go to the Horror Marches, which is up here, right? You end up here, Horror Marches. So there's a lot of meta events that happen here that give you Eternal Ice Crystals. Eternal Ice Crystals can be traded at the vendors here for either here or here, Jorah's Keep or Stillwater's Speaking Waypoint, either one of those locations. You can trade Eternal Ice Crystals for Living World Season 4 currency. And there's no cap. The only thing is it takes 75 Eternal Crystals for one piece of currency. So it would take 75 Ice Crystals for one currency of a specific map. So if you're doing the math, you're going to need a lot of Ice Crystals. I was farming, I heard my guildies were saying in 4 hours, you can grind that out in 4 hours, and the meta events, because there's always people doing it, and you would have it in 4 hours. Full stack, 250 all maps. I did a full meta event, just grinding out events left and right for over 4 hours, and I was only able to get about 50 pieces of one currency, right? So that was over 4 hours of work. And that's because Eternal Crystals aren't guaranteed. It's RNG, right? So you're grinding nodes. There are Eternal Ice Crystal nodes that you can farm, but you're only going to get, anywhere from 4 to 12 maybe. you can grind the meta events, and that's RNG on the rewards. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get it. Or you can do the third part, which is what I found to be the most reliable, most consistent for grinding the currency. And that is going to the Living World Season 4 maps and doing the hearts there, the heart vendors. Because the heart vendors all give you guaranteed currency. For a little bit of work, you get guaranteed rewards. So, for example, the main of Istent, you can go to Astralarium. Like, my heart is open, right? You can go to Astralarium, and in less than 10 minutes time, I would say this takes about maybe 2 minutes to get this heart, because you're just going around just in the mirrors, cleaning the obelisks on the top level, and then you might have to realign 1 or 2 telescopes, and that gives you the heart. And this gives you 25 of Kralkatite ore right here. So in about 2 minutes time, you got 25 Kralkatite, guaranteed. No RNG, nothing, guaranteed. The only downside is that this is a daily, so you can only get 25 a day. Here's the catch: per character. So what I did here is I got all of my level 80 characters. I have 5 of them here, and I grinded the daily. In 10 minutes time, I had 125 Kralkatite ore in one day. In 10 minutes time, guaranteed. Then I went to the vendors in Season 4, Dragonfall, Pact Waypoint. There's a volatile magic vendor. When you spawn, I think he's like right here. There's a volatile vendor there. If you talk to him, you can buy every currency. You can buy 5 of every currency, Living World Season 4 currency, from him. Once you do that, that's a daily also. Every character. That's an additional 25. I'm now at 150 in one day, in probably 12 minutes time, taking loading times into effect. Yes, I am a slow loader. After this guy, what I did is I went to the poor marches, and remember what I said? That in 4 hours time, I grinded strikes, I grinded events, meta events, because now you're having fun, because now you've done your dailies. You've done all you can do for that day, so go have fun. So I did strikes, because strikes can reward you eternal ice crystals. So I did strikes, and I did the meta event here, right? Because now I'm just having a good time. And in one day time, I had about 175 to 200 Kralkatite. In one daytime, guaranteed, right? Up to about 150 is guaranteed. After that, it's RNG because you're doing events. So this is what I found to be the most consistent currency farming for Skyscale Saddle. And I felt that I needed to pass that on to you guys so that you guys can do it. So you're going to repeat the same thing, the same recipe for all of these maps. You're going to get your guys, your level 80 guys, if you have more than one, to these maps. And in order to get them to those maps, the sad reality of it is that you're going to spend some time getting them there, because you have to do the Living World Season 4 chapters. At least the starting quest for those chapters. When you complete like when you complete a bug in the system, when you get to, where is it? I think it's where is it? When you do the main quest, it takes you to the Isle of Corna. I'm sorry. Isle of Corna is the Long Live the Lich. Sorry. So forearmed is forewarned takes you there. So you have to do the introduction, seize, because this is your liberating Goric, and then I'm not gonna give you spoilers if you haven't done this. So you had to have done it because otherwise you're not gonna be able to get. You wouldn't be doing Skyscale if you hadn't done Living World Season 4. So when you do forearmed and forewarned, it takes you to Domain of Corna. Same thing on Daybreak. When you complete Eye of the Brandstorm, it takes you to Isle of Istent. So, Chapter 1 Daybreak, just completing the first section of the chapter, takes you there. I got all five level 80s to, or four really, because I already had done my main. I got them to Eye of the Brandstorm and into Astralarium in about 30 minutes flat, each of them. It took me about 30 minutes to get all four characters there, each. 30 minutes each. So in 2 hours time, I had 5 characters at the Astralarium with the daily done, with the daily ready to be done. And then in another probably half an hour or 15 minutes, I had 125 Crocotite ore. So that's a trade-off all on its own. It's well worth it. Also, it kind of incentivizes you to, play a little bit on the other characters. There were some characters that took a little bit longer because I wasn't quite familiar with them because I haven't played them in a long time. Like the Thief, for example. To me, that took the longest. I was Thief and my Tempest were the ones that took the longest for me because I was going downstate like very often because I forgot how to play them. But my Guardian, my Ranger, who's my main, I got there in no time, no downstate, just boom, 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 done, right? Highly recommend this method. Highly recommend it. Yeah, and that's the easiest way for you to grind out the currency. Once you have the currency for this map, for the maps, then you have to go to the vendors and pick up the items for the collection that you need. So if you go to, right, if you go here, it tells you the only catch is Priory Historian Elisa. She's a roaming vendor. So you can put wiki her, and wiki has a documented tracker of her locations, and it'll tell you at that specific moment where she is, and then you just go there and talk to her. She's a roaming vendor. She's not stationary like these other vendors that are in town, right? That you just got to get to the town and then you go and talk to them, having the currency, the karma, or the volatile magic, whichever combination they're looking for, and then you can buy the item. Her, you have to track her down, but Wiki has made it a little bit easier. People have tracked and notated where she is on a consistent basis over a period of time, so Wiki can tell you exactly at that specific moment exactly where she's going to be. So I will do that. But outside of her, that's how you go about getting the 6 of these items. Right? I'm sorry to say there's no other way around this. I would start farming the currency as early as possible. Like, you can start farming the currency as soon as you start the Skyscale collection. Don't wait until I did, because I didn't know any better. No guides talked about this, or if they did, they just breezed over it. They didn't go in depth into how painstaking this is. This is probably the most painstaking portion of this collection. And I kid you not, there's jumping puzzles that I hate, jumping puzzles, but there's a jumping puzzle phase. There's all the egg collection, all the Skyscale remedies. Like, you're just going around the maps looking for Skyscales and things of that nature. This is by far the most painstaking because I didn't know about it. So when I got here, now I'm stuck because I have to farm the ore for each of these locations, right? I'm waiting until I have all of them so I can just knock them all out and be done with it instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But yeah, that's pretty much how to do the saddle, I would start this immediately as soon as you start your Skyscale collection. There's a lot of downtime because you have after you complete a collection, you have to wait 2 hours until you start your next collection. Grinding this out, it's taken me a week to get grinding this every day. It's taken me a week to get to this point, to the saddle. So in a week's time, you can farm the hell out of these currencies, right? Doing this method. There's a lot of downtime during this, and you can use that to prevent yourself from getting to this point and getting stuck like I am. Because right now, this is so like grinding level that I'm going to do strikes and I'm going to do fractals and I'm going to do other things to get my mind so I don't get burned out, right? I don't want you guys to get to this point and get burned out and realize that this is going to take you a lot of time to farm this. Start it from the beginning, start it early, and you guys will have no problem, right? I'm going to leave it here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. It's the Peeps. You can follow me on Twitch. I stream daily, Eastern Standard Time. So, hope to see you guys on my stream. Thanks, man.